Hello and welcome to our predictions for WWE Evolution 2025. I am Sam Driver, your hardest working WWE predictions champion here at Cultaholic. You've got no idea the things I went through to get to the top.
You crawled.
No idea. I crawled through glass.
Yep.
I scaled ladders, mountains. Yeah. The lot, but it's Evolution this weekend, so we best get making some predictions, eh?
Let's go.
Yeah. First up, we've got Jacy, Jayne with Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix defending the NXT Women's Championship against Jordynne Grace. Who you got and why, Andrew?
I'm going to go for the strong lady in the NXT, and that is not Jacy Jayne. I'm going for Jordynne Grace.
How dare you say
Although
that
I'm
about
not
Jacy
saying
Jayne.
she's not strong, because she'll be stronger than I am. So.
Right, yeah. She could probably snap you in half like a Twix.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to go for Jordynne Grace because we're heading into a little thing called Slammiversary. That's a TNA PLE.
It is, yeah.
What?
Different company, though.
Different
company.
company.
What are you doing?
Well, you see, there's a match coming up between the NXT Women's Champion, whoever that may be, coming out of this show, and then also against Masha Slamovich, the TNA Knockouts Women's Champion, and I think it's going to be Jordynne Grace and Masha Slamovich in that match.
So we're going to get kind of generations of TNA knockouts against one another, you're thinking?
I think so, and it just feels like the right time for Jordynne Grace to hold that too. Obviously, she's in the storyline and stuff with Blake Monroe at the moment. That could further some stuff there as well. So I'm going to go with bloody lovely Jordynne Grace. Who are you going for?
Well, similarly to something you've just said there, the right time to put the title on Jordynne Grace was when she debuted. The second best time to put it on her was the second time she appeared.
Yeah.
The third best time was the third time she appeared. It's like the 4,500,000th time it's happened.
Yeah.
But it's like the 4,500,000th best time to put it. Just put the belt on Jordynne Grace.
Do it.
She's going to be massive. She's going to be on the main roster before long. I think you need a definitive NXT Women's Championship reign first, just to really cement her as somebody who's like, you know, on all the fans' radar. She doesn't really need it because, again, she could just batter her way through the main roster anyway.
Yeah.
But I think having that is sort of that mark of approval before she moves on up to the main roster.
Couldn't agree more, young man. Next up, it's a battle royal for a World Championship match at Clash in Paris. Ooh la la. Sam, who you going to go for? Baguettes in this one. Come on.
Escargot.
Jobel. Who are you going for?
I'm going to go for Stephanie Vaquer. Now, just looking at the lineup, it was like they could just give it to Nikki Bella.
They could do.
They could just give it to Nikki Bella.
They could
Are they going to give it to Nikki Bella?
Yeah.
I think she's going to get down to the last two. At least the last four.
Okay.
We'll see. But it's got to be Stephanie Vaquer. Surely. Surely. What about you?
Well, I was thinking this as well, and I was like, ooh, Stephanie Vaquer. And then
You think it's a bit too obvious?
I think it might be a bit too obvious.
A bit too on the nose.
I know we've already had, so we had a no contest match between Stephanie and Io Sky on the Raw after Mania, so they could go that way. We've had a little bit of a tease of Stephanie and Rhea Ripley backstage as well, so they could go that way. However, I think they're going to give the big win in this match to Blake Monroe.
Ooh.
From NXT. I'm going to go for Blake Monroe because I think, personally, I don't think her and Jordynne Grace are winning in that tag match at Great American Bash. And I think she gets a big win here. And all I can think of is she makes a very glamorous entrance. She has a very glamorous look to her heading in to Clash in Paris because Paris is very fancy.
It is very fancy, and she's very fancy. So
she is.
But it would be quite the statement, I think, to have a get that sort of push that quickly. So it's something I do see them potentially doing, though. So
well, that's it too. Ooh.
Ooh la la. Next up, we've got the fatal four-way women's tag team title match with Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, Judgy D, defending the titles against Charlotte Flair and Alexa, against Sol Ruca and Zaria, and versus the Kabuki Warriors as well. It's just a big old mishmash. Oh my God, it's going to be chaos.
Oh, it's going to be chaos. And I'm going to go for Judgment Day to retain the championships. I think as much as I would love to see the Kabuki Warriors with those championships again, even Zaria and Sol Ruca, I think I'd really like to see with those tag team titles too. I just feel like the tag team titles are going to be used as a little bit of something to obviously further the split of Liv Morgan when she comes back from the Judgment Day. Maybe this is the way that Roxanne Perez really sort of like wins over Raquel Rodriguez's heart a little bit by getting the pin maybe or something like that to retain the championships for them. But I do believe that they're going to retain, and then it's just going to be used to further the story with them and Liv Morgan.
Well, similarly to you, I think it's going to be Judgment Day retaining, but I think I'm thinking more in my head here.
Ooh.
Obviously, the Liv situation kind of threw all of this into a bit of disarray. The Liv situation sort of led to this match just being kind of like, we'll do this. And I feel like if you maintain the status quo, it allows you to do what you were saying, where you kind of build in a bit more strength between the pair of them. Liv returns, and the status quo is the same, but it's changed now. And maybe Liv is a little bit more on the outside than she thinks she is when she's back. So I've gone Judgy D as well.
Next up, it's a no-holds-barred match. There's no holds barred in this one, Sam. Anything goes. It's Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Who you going for, young man, and why?
I've gone for Jade Cargill, and I think it's because, well, she's already got a title shot lined up.
Yes.
So I feel like if she loses here, it sort of hinders that momentum, doesn't it, a little bit?
Yes,
If
it does.
Just it's a bit of a massive road bump on the way to SummerSlam. So part of me feels like it's going to be quite close. Naomi is going to resort to some form of maybe a little bit of healery that might backfire, but I think it's going to be a win for Jade. Whether it's going to be a definitive win or a bit of an eked out win is an entirely different question, but I think that it's going to be a definitive win, potentially, out of the two for Jade.
I'm going to go for Jade Cargill as well. I think you're right. I think her heading into SummerSlam, into that title match with Tiffany Stratton, I think you want her to look as strong as possible in this one. And I think as well, her getting the definitive win here and then almost doing it at SummerSlam only for Naomi to cash in right in at the last minute and steal it away from her. I think that feels like the way that they probably will go. I know they like to swerve this every now and then, but I feel like that feels like the right thing to do to get all the heat on Naomi, even though will it, because everybody loves Naomi anyway.
All the heat with 2 nights of action as well.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It'll be, a very big spectacle if it happens there. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Next up, we got the triple threat match for the women's IC title. Becky Lynch defending against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Who have you gone for and why?
Am I going for the Bird Lady, Sam?
You're going to go for Burb?
No!
Andrew's going for Burb.
I'm not going for Burb. Are we going to go for Bayley, Sam?
I really like Bayley, and I would very much like Bayley to emerge with the IC title. I think she'd do wonders with it.
I'm not going to go for Bayley. I'm going to go for Becky Lynch.
Yeah?
I think within this triple threat match, and I'm so happy for Lyra in this scenario, because I feel like since having the IC title, and maybe since losing it as well, she's been allowed to let her personality show a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which has been really cool to see, and I just don't think she's going to pick it up here, though. I feel like her and Bayley might sort of kind of take each other out in a way, so that Becky can slide in, do the heelish thing, and retain the championship. So I think Becky will retain, but does Lyra pick it up down the line? It's like maybe like a SummerSlam or something, I don't know.
It depends, because could we see, because for me this is it could go any way, this match.
Yeah.
Bayley could maybe snap, Lyra could snap, and it would be very dramatic if things went sideways a bit. But if you look at it right now, Becky has done a lot in and around this storyline to elevate, especially Lyra, who I guess some of the audience have a bit of a stop-start relationship with. But I think that Becky's been doing wonders so far. I also looked at the betting odds. Don't bet on wrestling.
Don't bet on wrestling.
Don't bet on wrestling. It's stupid. But I looked at the odds, and they're saying Becky Lynch, so I was like, I can't. There's no 3-sided coin to flip, so I was like, go for Becky. So I'm going to go with the bookies.
Oh,
yeah.
Becky Lynch.
Yeah, Becky Lynch. Oh my God.
There you go.
Buckaroo. Beckaroo. Done.
Next up for the WWE Women's World Championship, we've got Io Sky, the champion, defending against This Is My Brutality, one Rhea Ripley. Who are you going for and why, Sam?
This one, Io's not even. She's had 3 matches. She's had 3 matches since Mania.
You're making my heart hurt.
She's had 3 matches since Mania.
Yeah.
They've been non-title or tags.
Yes.
I feel like kind of what he's doing with it. She's one of the best in-ring. Get her out there defending on the reg.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to go for Rhea Ripley here because
Oh.
I feel like they would have done something by now. But at the same time, is she just in a holding pattern? And are there plans that we're just sort of waiting to start executing? Is this why it's been non-title? Like, it doesn't feel right that Io hasn't had any major defenses. This could be a good defense. Rhea has also never beaten her.
Yep.
So this could continue on into more of a career-type feud. So honestly, it could go either way, but Rhea's really popular, especially in my house. So you go for Rhea.
Okay. Well, Rhea is popular in my house as well, but who's more popular in my house? And I think it is the bin lady, aka Io Sky. We stand the bin lady in our house. I'm going to go for Io Sky, and I know that might seem like a silly move because you're right, sort of like the whole video packages and stuff have been about that Rhea Ripley's never been able to beat Io Sky in singles action, and the thing that bothers me, I guess, the most is that the whole build to that match, the triple threat match at WrestleMania, was like, oh, they're kind of sort of shoving Io to the side. It's almost like they're disrespecting her by not really sort of acknowledging what she's doing and her position with that championship. And like, since then, I thought, oh, okay, so maybe after this big win at WrestleMania, we'll start getting more title matches and we'll start seeing more things like that. And I know, exactly. And I feel like if she loses here, maybe the whole afterthought thing that the sort of triple threat was built around,
Which is real.
Is real, yeah, exactly. And I don't want that to be true.
This is what I'm saying, though, is it feels like there would have been more statement things.
Yes.
Had a title drop been so quick. So I was really close to going for Io, but I've gone for Rhea, just in the hopes that it all of your dreams don't come true.
Oh, thanks.
But at the same time, I could see Io walking out with the title.
Please, please, please.
And finally, we've got the WWE Women's Championship match, Tiffy versus Trishy. Who you got and why, Andrew?
Oh, this time we're in control. But she's not gonna rock and
Where's
roll.
your cowboy hat?
Where's the I don't know where it is actually. It's somewhere. I'm going not for Trish Stratus though, unfortunately. I'm going for Tiffany Stratton. I think just. Whilst, yes, nostalgia-wise, maybe it would be quite fun to see Trish Stratus with that championship. Yeah. But I just don't I don't see it. I just don't see it at all. So I'm going for Tiffany Stratton because I do think the match at SummerSlam will be Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for that championship. And that just it feels like a no-brainer, really.
This is
doesn't it?
Yeah, so I'm going for Tiffany as well because it would just be odd to have Trish Stratus walk out with the title. It'd be cool. It'd feel like a bit of a waste, even though not to kind of play down Trish's achievements and how much she means to the industry, but it would feel very odd to have built this whole thing just to have Trish come along and derail it.
Yes.
So it's gotta be Tiffany.
It's gotta be Tiffany.
It's Tiffy time.
It's Tiffy time, everybody. And do you know what other time it is as well? It's time for you, depending on when you've watched this, Sam, to join us for our live reactions on Sunday at youtube.com/cultaholic/live. Myself and Sam will be on the couch with you, lovely lot, if you'd like to come by and watch things with us. But not only that, we've got plenty of things going out throughout the weekend as well. You've got your What Happened At. You've got obviously the live stream as we've mentioned. You'll have WTF moments with Ross Tweddle as well, amongst a plethora of other wonderful things too. So do stick with us throughout the weekend for all the wrestling goodness.
Yeah.
And until then, it's been a pleasure. And we'll see you again Sunday, hopefully. Come please.
Not hopefully, get in here.
Get
Sunday.
in.
Tell everybody. Bring your mum. Bring your dad. Just get them all in.
Your dog.
Yeah, not at all in, at Evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring the dog.
Yeah.
Good boy. Tatty bye.